Welcome back to the YA Perfectionists. I'm Dana, and today I'm going to be sharing some October recommendations for books that have a bit more of a spooky side to them. Here are some of the books, not all of them because some of them are behind me. I have a stack. There are quite a few paranormal books. I don't actually have a lot of mysteries and thrillers. I love paranormal books. There's just something about them that just calls to me. I absolutely adore them. I have vampire books, I have werewolf, I do have one like mystery thriller, which is exciting. I enjoyed it. Witches, we got some fallen angel demons, some zombies, what else? There's some more vampires, because I love me some vampires. The first book I'm going to be showing you is an adult book. I know we are the YA perfectionists, but I do read adult and new adult books as well that I may talk about from time to time. This book is Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris, otherwise known as True Blood, and the first book in the Sookie Stackhouse series. There are a few sex scenes in this, so if you are a young adult reader, be aware of that. But they aren't like the entire book. It's not fully erotica, where that's all that's going on. It has a really great plot, and it just kind of pulls you in right from the beginning. It's a super fast read, and it's quite short. It's only about almost 300 pages, but it is like this mass market paperback, so it's not really that bad. And it really, like, it does have the paranormal vampires and other things going on, but at the heart of the series, they're really mystery novels. I've read the first two, and I hope to continue on and read the third and the rest of the series now that it's finished. I have watched a little bit of the TV show, but not really a lot of it. I do want to watch the TV show as well. This next book is a new favorite of mine. It's amazing. At the moment that I'm filming this, it's currently not out. It comes out on October 7th, I'm pretty sure. I absolutely adore this book, and I adore the author, and it's fantastic. And this is an advanced reader's copy. And it's Layla by Nikki Kelly. This was originally a Wattpad story, which is amazing, and it's getting published from Macmillan. I think it's Fuller and Friends coming out by. You can see by my obvious post-its that I do love this, and there are so many quotes, and I'm Team Jonah. It's fantastic. It's about, it follows a girl who doesn't remember her past, but she keeps getting these flashes of memories, and she remembers one named Gabriel. And she runs into some vampires, and things get cray-cray, and it's dark, and it's amazing. It's a great paranormal read, and the writing's fantastic. I need the second book right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do until next year. The next book is Nightshade by Andrea Kremer. This is the original cover, which I actually really love the most. I haven't read the rest of the series, but Nightshade follows this werewolf community, and it's really good. And it was so exciting, and it was action packed, and I really love the main character. She's a really strong character, and I love the love interests. I actually was rooting for the other guy. It's been a while since I've read this one, but I read it really fast, and I haven't read a lot of werewolf books, but I love werewolf TV shows and movies, and this one was fantastic. I have the sequel, which is Wolfsbane, but I have not read it yet, and I hope to read it soon during the readathon. And if you want to hear more about the readathon, there's a link below. This book is quite different from the rest of the books that I have in this video, and it's actually not paranormal. It's a thriller mystery. It follows, it's 10 by Gretchen McNeil, and it follows 10 teens on this island, and they all start getting murdered. It was action-packed and crazy, because you're trying to figure out who the killer is the entire time, and it felt very much like an 80s or 90s, like, slasher movie, which I love. A good slasher movie. It was fun, it was kind of gory, and I really liked it. It wasn't that scary, but it was really cool. And I have this one with a little signed book plate. I like this. That one is definitely a great fall read, like October scary. Next book is a book about witches, and that is Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. I absolutely love this book, but it's not really I wouldn't call it paranormal exactly. It's more of like a fantasy sci-fi paranormal book, and it has an amazing world. I think if you're looking for something that has more of a world outside of paranormal kind of urban fantasy type books, this is more fantasy sci-fi. But it was really incredible and I loved it a lot. The next book is Ignite by Erica Crouch, and this is a fallen angel demon book, and it was incredible. Her writing is absolutely gorgeous and I loved it. It's a must read. It's self-published and I think it deserves more hype than it has. I haven't read many zombie books, but I love zombie TV shows and movies. Like The Walking Dead is my life. So I'm recommending The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan. This is kind of like a mashup of The Walking Dead and that movie The Village. Like, I don't when you watch The Village, it's like mind blowing because you're like, I don't know, like there's stuff outside it, and so it felt a lot like The Village and The Walking Dead had a love child, and that was The Forest of Hands and Teeth. And it's such a creepy title. Creepy title. Not a fan of this cover though, but it was a really good zombie book, and I haven't read the rest of the series. I think the rest of the series like companion novels though, and if you're looking for a good zombie book, this one's for you. Two more vampire books, and then two books that are a bit of a mashup of different things. So we're going to be talking about my favorite vampire book ever. I have to say it. And it is The Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. This book is just so much better than its cover. It's amazing. It has an amazing world. And the narrator, Rose, her voice is just incredible. She is my favorite heroine ever in YA. And she is epic and badass. And the vampires in here are scary. But, you know, there are some that aren't and some that are. And she's like, yes. It's why I love paranormal, because of these badass characters. And then we have kind of a different vampire book than, you know, it's not paranormal. It is dystopian, and that is The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. This is a bit of a dystopian sci-fi vampire story, and it's a lot darker. It reminds me of a movie, but I just forgot what the movie was called. There's a movie. If I remember it, I'll write it here. But it's dark, and these are not friendly vampires. It's a bit of a longer book, but I read it super quick, and it's just dark and scary, and I love it. And just that cover is amazing. Yeah. So you really need to check this out. If you're kind of not a fan of that romancy vampire stuff, this is it for you. So the next book is one that doesn't have a lot of hype about it, but it was a really good read, and that is Crave by Melissa Darnell. This is kind of a mashup of vampires and witches. So there's kind of a coven, and then there's the coven, what is it called? I think the clan. So the clan and vampires do not mix. They don't like each other, they're enemies, and this girl finds out that she might have some relation to the clan and the coven. So shit's going down, and there's a romance, and it's kind of just perfect paranormal romance. Book or books are two. It's a bind up, and I haven't read the rest of the series, but it is Born at Midnight and Awake at Dawn by C.C. Hunter. I'm so excited to read the rest of the series. It follows a bunch of different paranormal creatures, from vampires and werewolves and shifters and fairies, and it's just craziness, and they're at a camp, and it reminds me a lot of like the Percy Jackson series and Vampire Academy, and they're at a camp, and it's just campy and fun, and I just love this type of paranormal romance, paranormal books in YA, because they're not serious, they're fun, and you'll have fun when you read it. But it does have that like paranormal darker side to it at times, and the writing's hysterical, and I absolutely loved it. So I hope you really check out this series. I'm excited to read the rest of the books. So those are my October paranormal recommendations, and then there's 10. So there's actually 12 books, but I'm saying 10 as the one that's kind of different because it's about a serial killer. I'm excited to show you my fall TBR as well. I have a lot of paranormal reads that I'm excited to add to my pile of recommendations. So if you have any recommendations for me that aren't in this video, please leave a comment down below and tell me some of your favorite paranormal reads, because I want to know, because I'm a paranormal junkie. I just love them, and I can't wait to read more. So please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in my next video.